Hello everyone, I am going to break down some really cool things I found in new Overwatch 2 Invasion trailer. Right off the bat, a really cool thing you can see is that we're in New King Street, rather than New Queen Street, which is the current PvP map. Something interesting to me is that Winston explains us something different about No Sector this time, which might tie into the fact that here they're actually capturing the Omnics. Something shown very front and center are these new NPCs they added. So it seems like here in Toronto, the entire idea is we're going to save all the Omnics from these drones. Which means rather than attacking players, these units are going to be objective units that capture civilians. In this scene we see one of these units trying to capture Claire. We can see this all happening in the underground of New Queen Street. And relating to this mission, in other gameplay the mission is also to defend a ferry. So it seems like these civilians we save are going to escape on that ferry. You can notice in this scene Brick has a very different outfit. And the closest comparison we have to this outfit is her engineer skin. When Ryan has talked about the new members of Overwatch, he seems to be in Gothenburg, specifically Torbjorn's factory, which my assumption is that he's explaining all this to Torbjorn when they meet up. We also see Brick use the Overwatch 2 look in cutscenes now. In this scene you can notice that Sojourn actually has a normal brown eye color, since compared to in-game she's out of combat mode, which changes her eye color to blue. Here we get a first look at a new version of the Behemoth unit, who is a nice red color scheme compared to the normal white. And it seems rather than having his white counterpart's Earthshatter style attack, this guy has a charge attack, which we also see hurt the core of the No Sector ship, which means likely this guy can run into other units and hurt them. For some weird reason in this scene, one of the No Sector bots gets white legs, similar to the effect the speed boost and the slow give people. We finally get a good look at the No Sector Titan, which we know we're actually going to fight the No Sector Titan by using these turrets, which from what we know in one of the books, Torbjorn uses those as anti-Titan turrets. Here in this new Junkertown map, the biggest thing we can see here is an area called the Docks, which I would not be surprised if that what used to be this Omnium's air docks. Here we're seeing a fight of what seems to be the middle of this map, and because this area is mirrored, I would not be surprised if the entire map is a mirrored map. And there seems to be a control point here in the middle. The effect is just missing in this footage. This seems to be taking place what's inside the docks from earlier, because there's a graffiti up here that just says docks. We can also see a billboard for an upcoming fight, which is likely what's going to take place in this area, with the Queen fighting an army of Omnics. First big thing is we see the old canister from Battle for Olympus make its return, which seems to just instantly give Sojourn her ultimate, and the entirety of these spots' body are colored red for some reason. And the very big monster we see this co-op event, which will be using the PvE area they made for King's Row. And of course, they gave TS1 guns. But you can see in this scene the push pod is still kinda like a payload, because he's moving forward when Torbjorn's nearby. And earlier we also see Tracer activate him. And in an article published, they mentioned this mission is actually about saving the underground. So we can assume we gotta get TS1 to the underground in some way. And on Tracer's back, we can see this weird new canister, which is likely some pickup you gotta collect in the mission. In this area we see Ramatra and Winston fighting. I think from its shape it's likely one of the control points we're fighting over in India. And here we can see the middle of a flashpoint map again, which is again mirrored. So from the fact both maps had these very mirrored areas in the middle, this is gonna be a mirrored game mode like Control and Push. We can see the firing range is getting ult canisters so you can get your ult quickly, and there's this hero changing station in the target practice. Also, it seems there's a way to put these targets even further back in the room, by at least 40 meters. In Reinhardt's Hero Mastery, you see these weird coins, which I'm just going to assume you pick these up to get more points. And the final thing, we see Overwatch's newest support hero, which seems to be a female figure with a massive gun. And from all the light, there's a good chance the way of healing is maybe through sunlight. But that's everything I had to say about this trailer. Season 6 is shaping up to be really big, and this is of course only going to be the start of the PvE content they're gonna release. And I'm ready to take my teeth into all this, because we're likely just scratching the surface of what's in these missions. But anyway, have a good one everyone.